Well, good afternoon. Today is officially 1 week away from Election Day, and I am excited to be here at the state capitol that Thomas Jefferson helped design in the late 1700s. This is a historic building where we have a statue of George Washington, our nation's first president, is inside, and statues dedicated to many other Virginians who had served in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I'm hoping to be your next delegate in the 57th House of Delegates district. I am working to unseat the current delegate, Sally Hudson. I'm a huge proponent for various objectives, such as term limits. I believe we must expand term limits from governor all the way down to House of Delegates, Senate, school board, mayor, board of supervisors, even city council members, you name it. I think we need to have term limits with a range of 10 to 20 years for these various offices. And there are Democrats, independents, Republicans, libertarians, all who support term limits. And this is something I'll put at the top of the agenda, having a Virginia constitutional amendment for term limits in this state. Also support doing revisions for gerrymandering. I want to get Republicans and Democrats out of the process. I think we need to have citizen review boards or have judges that determine the districts every 10 years. I think that will help make elections more fair in this state. Also support a zero tolerance body camera law. And what that will do is that if any cop doesn't wear or doesn't turn on a body camera while issuing a search warrant, an arrest warrant, or even a warrantless search, that they be fired on the first instance. This is a tough measure that needs to be taken, because what happened to Breonna Taylor last year in Louisville, Kentucky should never have happened. Those cops should have been wearing body cameras, and we need to prevent things like that from happening in the Commonwealth in the future. And the folks in Charlottesville support this measure overwhelmingly. With thousands of doors that I've hit since March of this year, folks want to have police reform. But I will never vote to defund the police. I think police deserve more pay. We have to give them pay bonuses. And it's very unfortunate that the Democrats in the General Assembly voted to strike down a $5,000 pay bonus during the special assembly session earlier this year. I would reintroduce that bill. Let's give law enforcement officers the pay that they deserve, and let's attack the issue of cops leaving the force. We have currently over 400 vacancies in the Virginia State Police. That's more than double the amount of vacancies that occurred when I first started my campaign last year. Absolutely ridiculous. We must turn the tide. And another thing that I'll be fighting for is abolishing critical race theory in Virginia. It's racist, putting one race above another. It's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, as Congressman Bob Good has stated recently. And we must judge people by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin, as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said. Well, I'm going to go in, I'm going to take a tour of the Capitol building that I hope to work in 2022, and I will appreciate every one of your votes. If you can come help me on Election Day, I need volunteers to hand out my literature at the polls. And if you can donate to my campaign, go to hamilton4va.com/donate. Thank you, and God bless.